Well, good morning, Indian Trail, and happy Friday. You made it to the end of the weekend, so congratulations. Most of you don't know me, but I know you. I know Indian Trail very well. I've been following you for the last couple years and know of all the great accomplishments you have had as a school with Lighthouse and shining your light on other schools. My name is Matt Miller, and I got to know you through my work being the senior consultant facilitator at Shiloh Valley when they came on board as a Leader in Me school. And I quickly heard all the great things you're doing as a school. And so I just wanted to come on this Friday and remind you of three things that I actually reminded them earlier in the week. And there's three simple things that I think most people through the last few months have really helped them thrive in the many changes that have come towards us. And so the first one is avoiding the negative and choosing to stay away from it. What I mean by that is try to limit the amount of news you watch, limit your time on social media, avoid negative people, avoid gossip, and really pay attention to your language. I could have came on first thing this morning and been like, oh, all that technology not working. What are we going to do? And those are real conversations. We just got to make sure that we're not that we're not being real negative with our conversations, because what we learned through the 7 Habits training is not only what we see determines our behavior and determines the results that we get, but what we say determines our behavior and the results that we get. And so paying attention to our language is probably one of the most important things I've coached people around during this time, is that our psychological immunity right now is just as important as our physical immunity. So our diet and what we're putting in our body, what we're putting up here is just as important as well. And so I know you know that. It's just a morning reminder for that. The second is, and this is no surprise to my friend Gina, the second one is staying in your circle. And staying in your circle of what you have control over, and just having that constant conversation. Is this in my circle? Do I have control over this? And, this week is a perfect example. You guys had some roadblocks with technology and some virtual, and that's frustrating, right? And so we acknowledge that happens, and then I have a conversation with myself and say, okay, what's in my circle that I have control over? And it's very liberating to live there. And too many times, though, we waste a lot of time outside our circle worrying and complaining about things we don't have control over, and then we catch ourselves saying we don't have enough time. And so it not only saves us a lot of time, but it's truly liberating to refocus on staying in our circle. And then last but not least is find your circle. Find those people and things and inspiration that make you the best you. And so the greatest reminder I have for you is to lean on the team. Lean on these people in this virtual room today, because we know the team will always outperform the individual. Even when the individuals on the team make mistakes, even when we don't hit quite the mark, the overall accomplishment with the team is always greater than the individual. Michael Jordan, I grew up in the 80s and 70s and 80s, greatest basketball player of all time. I tell the story all the time. In 87 and 88, offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year, most minutes, most steals, MVP of the league, dunk champ, like everything. Didn't win a championship. And then that Phil Jackson talked him into that triangle offense that included Steve Kerr and Dennis Rodman and who's the other one? Scottie Pippen. And next thing you know, they started winning championships. That's the ultimate of interdependency. And so we need to lean on each other. Find your inspiration. I use social media to find my inspiration. I quickly get on there, and my Twitter feeds are only of positive and inspiration and things I've chose to help me be better. And then last but not least, you have people like me who know about your work and love you. And if there's ever, and Gina knows this, if there's ever anything I could do, I'm here for you in any way. I'm just a text away. I'm just a Zoom call away. I can jump into a Zoom room now anytime and join anybody across the country. So with that said, I wish you a happy Friday. Make sure you've chosen something to sharpen the saw this weekend. And if there's ever anything I can do, please let me know. And I hope you choose to have a great start to the year. Have a great weekend.